Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Love Psychology. In today's video, we're gonna talk about signs of struggling with BPD. Bear in mind that this contact is just an educational contact and it can't ever be used for a diagnosis purpose. But before talking about the borderline personality disorder, let's take a deep look about what it's like to have a personality disorder and what does that mean. Well, according to the DSM, the 5th edition, this kind of disorders are related to the disorders which affect the way you relate to the environment and your relationship and how you deal with your own emotions. There are 3 clusters, and with the borderline personality disorder is being mentioned under the cluster B, which is related to the emotion regulation and how you maintain relationship. Let's talk about the emotional symptoms related to the BPD. They have these intense feelings and emotions that they find it hard to return to the baseline after being emotionally stressed. Also, they suffer from intense feelings of the angry, and it is really hard for them. It's a disaster, and it ends involved in self-harm behavior just to feel some relief. And now let's talk about the impulsive behavior. Usually, the borderline personality disorder is related to severe impulses like drug abuse or reckless driving or anything that ends up in a very bad place. Let's talk about the final category. It is that related to the relationships, and the first relationship we're gonna discuss is the relationship with her or his self. What's like being diagnosed with borderline and how you treat or feel towards yourself. Well, for the borderline, it is really hard to maintain the general self-love. Even to add insult to the injuries, they suffering from the non-suicidal self-behavior, and this kind of a behavior involves hurting yourself without considering it as a suicidal attempt. You are just attempting hurting yourself. And when it comes to the relationship with a family member, friends, or fiance, it's even much more worse. They are not able to maintain a stable relationship with anyone ever, since they suffer from a very deep fear from abandonment, and they exert frank effort to avoid abandonment. But they also suffer from a very swift shift from complete adoption and being head over heels in love with someone and ready to sacrifice everything to the extreme opposite, like they really hate you. Finally, if you relate to any of these symptoms or you know anyone that suffer from it, please consider borderline personality disorder as a real disorder. And finally, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you.